Wanted to do a video on troops. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I've done video on heroes. I've shown some attack battles. I've shown what the Alliance War was like. It's still Alliance War Day. One thing I have yet to discuss with you guys are troops. So this video is going to go through, what troops are, how you get them, what do they do, how do you upgrade them, and then who should you upgrade. Similar to what I did on the hero overview, this is just a troop overview video. So let's begin in the logical place, which is the troop hall. There are actually 6 types of troops. If you see, we have infantry, cavalry, archers, support, and mechanical. Those are 5. But then once you get to Evolve 2, you have predators, which do not fall into those categories, and you have Demon Legion in Evolve 3, which to my knowledge do not fall into those categories either. They have roles just like the other troops do, but they don't fall under that. As you can see, I have almost every troop. I am still missing this one troop, the Woodland Great Ape. He is a mechanical troop that I have not been able to get, and it is the most annoying thing in the world that I don't have one of the Evolve 3 troops. But we'll discuss how to get them and what they do, and then how to upgrade them and level them as we go. So troops are a major part of the game, more so than I would even argue more important than heroes, because you can only take 2 heroes with you to battle, but you can take 6 different troops. I am giving you guys insight into my defensive setup. It is not the best defensive setup. I get beat all the time in the arena by much better players than me, but it works fairly well, and I haven't found anything that's just significantly better than it. All defenses have their weakness. Truthfully, it's up to you as a player whether you can exploit that defense or not. So, again, you can have 6 troops on defense. You can have 6 troops on offense. They're an extremely important part of the game. So how do you get troops? Well, when you first start with your Evolve 1 troops, some of these Evolve 1s you can even find just on the map as you start beating different map levels, like through the journal. I believe you can pick them up there. The main way, though, to get troops is if you go to your castle and you go to the vault, you see the silver keys, and if you look at your rewards list, it shows you what your rewards are for silver chest. Every single troop in the game is a possible reward. There's a 0.2% chance, a 0.2% chance to get everything before Evolve 5 for me. Evolve 5 has a 1.5% chance for me. I will say this right now. You never have a better opportunity to pick up a troop than while you were on that Evolve. So when do you have access to the troops that you can get them? So if you look up and you go to your castle and you go to upgrade details, this will tell you what castle level you get what. So castle level 1, you have Goblin Thieves and Royal Legion that you're able to get. And then you have to wait until, castle level 6 in order to pick up the Burning Sand Brigade, the Pirates Guild, and the Predators. Then you have to wait again until castle 11. This unlocks Woodland Rangers, the Astral Crusaders, and the Demon Legion. That's your Evolve 3 troops. And then Evolve 4 troops, castle level 16, you have the Vindictive Vikings, the Icebreakers. And then castle level 21 is your Evolve 5, your Bionic Weaponry, and your Eastern Warriors. So what I'm telling you is between castle 1 and castle 6, you need to get all of the level 1, Evolve 1 troops that you can get. And between 6 and 11, you need to get all of the Evolve 2 that you can get. Between 11 and 16, Evolve 3. Between 16 and 21, Evolve 4. Having those is very important. I'll talk about upgrades to troops later. It's very important to know, your upgrade level what castle level you are, when the next troops are becoming available to you, and planning accordingly. So the best way to get them is to save up your silver keys. This may seem like an arduous task. I recommend you have between 700 and 1,400 silver keys every time you are going to a new evolve level. So if you are currently castle level 10 and you know that at castle level 11 I am unlocking a new evolve, then I definitely want to have as many silver keys saved up as possible. The reason I tell you 700 to 1,400 comes down to the treasury. I've said this before in other videos. Use the treasury as your guide every week. You need to get 3,500 points in the treasury. 350 points is the maximum points per week for silver chest. So that is 7 10-time summons. So if you do 10 times, you get 50 points. And so if you do that 7 times, 7 times 50 is 350. So 700 silver keys will get you all 350 points for that week treasury. So that's why I say between 700 and 1,400 is what you need to have saved up. That way, as soon as you hit it, you can do your treasury. Just maximize that. You should get most of them. If not, then you can use those silver keys the next week and finish those points on the treasury as well. And I think I had 1,400 keys saved up for Evolve 5, and I got every single troop within like the first 700 or 800 silver keys. It really wasn't that difficult. Again, when you look at the rewards list, you'll never have a better chance of getting those troops than that Evolve level. Please be aware of what castle level you are. Please be aware of when the next Evolve is coming up, and make sure that you are planning accordingly with your silver keys in order to accommodate that. So that's how you get them. And like I said, get them every time that the Evolve becomes available the first time. So the next thing is like, well, what do troops do exactly? I've already said you can have 6 troops on defense. You can have 6 troops on offense. Troops, though, have a special skill. And so you say, well, which ones do I put and how does it matter? So I have here 3 different infantry troops for Evolve 5. Which infantry troops should I use? So Eastern Sohi is hands down the troop you should use at Evolve 5 for infantry. The point is the 5% damage reduction every 5 seconds, up to 10 times. Okay, 5%, 5 seconds, 10 times. So 50 seconds into the battle, or 55 seconds into the battle, you should have plus 50% damage reduction. Plus 50% damage reduction. Guys, I have right now for infantry, with it unboosted like that, my infantry damage reduction is 45.8%. Add 50% to that. All right, 95%. Now, I don't believe that the game actually allows you to get to 100%, because I have fought players with that use Sohi that are over 50% damage reduction. You still do some damage to them. I believe that it's a little misleading, that they're not going to let you obviously take 0 damage with your troops. It's probably 50% of what's available. So the maximum then would be like, say, 75% of actual damage reduction. Either way, it is a significant damage reduction capability, and it becomes extremely difficult to kill these Sohi troops that are maxed out, especially once you get your hit points up really high. I'm at 88,000. I think the most I'll be able to get is a little over 90,000. You can see the regularly they're at 53,000, and I have another 35,000 hit points worth of bonus hit points to those troops. Couple that with the damage reduction. Like I said, you can beat me. I get beat all the time in the arena. Here, I'll show you my event log. See, arena defense defeats. I do get beat, but the players beating me are much, much stronger. And I have no shame over it, because I beat a lot of players too. So let's look at the other troops and the other infantry. You have to read the text and what they do. The Eastern Samurai, I haven't found them to be that useful. I don't actually know what absorbing hit points means. I haven't been able to observe anything. If they healed themselves, I feel like they would be a very good troop, but without the damage reduction, they just do not last as long as Sohi. Let's see, Sohi, you have 6 troops that per every time you put it there, and it's 1637 attack. Samurai, you're an extra 300 attack per troop. Is not enough to make up for the fact that these guys last a lot longer. Dead troops, let me say this very clearly. Dead troops do not do any damage. So if you're saying, and I'll get into how to upgrade troops in a minute, but which troops should I upgrade? Dead troops don't do any damage, okay? So just keep that in mind. These Manic Cutters, I will level these up, and they cause a bleed. Nobody uses these. I've never seen anyone use them. I don't know how effective they'll be. I'm going to level them up because I'm going to level all these troops up, and we'll just see how they go. So just read the tooltips. Every troop does something different. If you don't understand what it does, ask somebody else in your alliance, or ask me. I can make videos specifically about what they do. Every troop has something different that they do. I leveled up these archers first because they decrease enemy attack by 5% up to 5 times. So 25% damage reduction. These troops I will level up because they have an increase in attack speed by 25% every time they kill somebody. And then these are my next ones that I'm leveling up for archers because they hit multiple targets. They hit 3 targets each. So I'm trying to group enemy troops together, and hitting 3 at a time with the same damage is going to be, I think, hugely beneficial. I actually really despise finding these artillery on defense. They're very good. They also, what you need to know, and they don't tell you this, but these guys aim for the back of the line. It's really hard to tell that sometimes what a troop's actually going to do until you face it on defense, or until you have it on offense enough and to know, hey, this troop is going to behave this way. So much like the Manic helicopters, these troops aim for soft targets in the back. They aim for other archers. They aim for support, and they aim for mechanical. Just like the Manic helis do. So it takes practice. I cannot overstress how important it is to do your daily battles in the arena. Fight in the arena, fight in the war, do your expeditions, do your fishing village defenses. Guys, if you're not attacking, then you can't develop a strategy. You can't face the scenarios because you just don't have the experience. So, I mean, I'm at 16,000 battles right now, and I'm still learning something every day when I attack. So if you only have like 2,000 or 3,000 battles, you just don't have enough experience, in my opinion, to develop efficient strategies with your troops. And you won't know at that point what to level. So that's the Evolve 5 infantry and the Evolve 5 archers. I could talk cavalry and mechanical and what they do. Maybe I'll do that in a different video focusing on each Evolve, because I don't want this one to get too long. But just as you go